Did you know that St. Luke's University Health Network has been recognized by the U.S. government as the highest performing health system in the United States for quality? You heard right. St. Luke's #1 recognition affirms our status as the top leader among the most respected healthcare providers in the nation, including Houston Methodist and the Mayo Clinic. To state it simply, if you want to receive the best care when you go to a hospital, come to St. Luke's.
Excuse me! Taxi!
This is the 77 WABC minicast.
And we are back here on Cats and Cosby, so go woke, go broke. Who better than Fox News business correspondent and the great senior one there? And is this correct, Charlie, that like Disney, Snow White, lost, is it like almost $200 million, $170 million?
Wait. Besides that, it cost $335 million to make the movie.
Does that sound like a good business deal?
$335 million to make a movie.
Right.
Charlie, what do you say?
It costs, this is like one of these sort of half animated things, right? So there's production costs involved. But the real question is, why aren't people watching their movies anymore? And I wrote a lot about this in my book, Go Woke, Go Broke. I mean, when they went left, people stopped watching, same-sex kissing scenes in cartoons. I mean,
oh my God, I'm going to throw up.
Especially for kids?
Yes.
I mean, come on, right.
For kids?
Right.
You start messing with what Snow White is and, trying to intersectional her, At least they haven't gone so far as make Snow White a lesbian yet. I don't think so. But,
That's the sequel.
So, but this is the problem. What's interesting is that it's down the line. It's every business that goes there. You go really political. You lose customers and you lose money. The one business that appears immune to all this is the NFL, which is somewhat baffling. It's something I addressed in my column in the New York Post this week. Like, why is that? And, listen, there's some signs that it's cracking on the NFL because when they go too far, they have to move back. Remember when they started they started like embracing the one knee thing, and then
Colin Kaepernick.
Yeah, people stopped going to the games and watching, and then boom, they had to come out with something to force these guys to stand up, at least during the national anthem. You don't have to sing. You just have to. You can't be disrespectful to the fans because the fans are generally skew right, no matter which way you put it. I've gotten a lot. I keep hearing these liberals on social media tell me that, oh no, there's evidence that it's a more diverse. I said, no, it's not. The average football fan, particularly the engaged football fan, is right of center, trends military, and it's a white guy. That's it.
With a Bud Light. Or was a Bud Light.
You used to drink Bud Light. No more. After being virtue signaled with a trans woman in a bubble bath. But this is interesting about the NFL. It's somewhat immune to this. And it's a ploy by Roger Goodell, I think.
Yeah, it's interesting because Bad Bunny got huge blockbuster ratings, the halftime. We have Michael Carey, son of Hugh Carey here.
Hi, Charlie. Big fan, longtime fan. And Go Woke, Bro Woke is certainly a great message. But
I knew your brother who worked at Goldman back in the day, correct?
Yes, Donald. Great guy. I know him also.
That's a
Charlie,
good thing.
I did notice though with Big Bunny, there was a fall off during the halftime show. Yeah. So, I mean, there are some people that are starting to say, wait, this is all too much. I mean, I don't really care if Bad Bunny was entertaining, so be it. But there are some people that just feel like the NFL is going too far, and it's maybe time to say, hey guys.
Let me correct you. He was horrible.
All right. Well, I'm trying to be magnanimous.
He's grabbing his crotch. He was singing, mumbling in Spanish.
Well, no one could understand it, and no one in the stadium knew what was going on.
By the way, I do agree. The first part, he was grabbing his, and it was complete. I kept thinking, kids are watching the Super Bowl.
Right.
I mean, it's a family affair.
Right.
The FCC did investigate. I did a story on this. They did investigate. So they translated. What they did was they either bleeped out or changed the words, because his exact words are much more, obscene. And you know what's interesting about Bad Bunny? Again, a lot of liberal white women coming to his defense. And I'm thinking, boy, this was a white male.
Right.
About his private parts and the private parts of women that get aroused when he's around. You be screaming about toxic masculinity. The only reason why you're not is because he's Hispanic and he's speaking in Spanish and it meets some DEI quotient.
That means you can't Me Too him?
Well, I don't know. He should be Me Too. Listen to his real lyrics. These women are going nuts. Oh, this is diverse. I mean, okay, so it's diversity to sing toxic masculine lyrics about private parts and treating women like objects, as long as you do it in Spanish and you're Hispanic.
Well,
I mean,
chivalry is dead, but I think there's I think we now know why there weren't any subtitles on it, because it was borderline vulgar, if not insulting.
Unfortunately, I speak Spanish, so I understood it.
Right.
Well, you probably didn't understand it, Rita, because he was mumbling.
Yeah, I actually understood a lot of it, sadly. But even visually, even if you had the sound off, you're like, I was sort of shocked for families.
I think Charlie knows a little bit about movie making. Does it cost $375 million to make a woke movie?
It does. It cost, if you go with the special effects, it could get expensive. The question is, you try to pack them in, and you try to you sell it, and you try to figure out ways to sell stuff around it.
The parents took children to a woke movie.
No, that's the problem. They won't go to it. I mean, it's nothing Snow White. If you know anything about Snow White, this isn't it.
Yes.
And but getting back to the NFL, Roger Goodell thinks two things. This is where it gets interesting, and maybe the football fan, as Mr. Carey was saying, is starting to rebel because those ratings did fall off. I actually wrote about that this week as well.
Well, let's see.
He's saying the average football fan is so addicted to the sport, he'll be essentially he'll just ignore the woke stuff, and they think they got a lot of these guys hooked in because of gambling, and gambling becomes part of the game. He thinks that he can keep his core audience of right of center people who like to gamble, who like to bet on the games. And he can expand his demo, to away from the traditional demo into other areas with the woke stuff. That's his play. Everybody else that went there, though, has failed.
Buy Charlie Gasparino's book, Go Woke, Go Broke, at every Amazon store or whatever. And if Charlie autographs it, it's worth twice as much. Charlie, thank you.
Charlie, you're a good egg, not a bad bunny.
Oh, good line, Mike. Good line.
Thank you so much.
I keep thinking of Bugs Bunny for some reason.
Talk later. Thank you.
LifeLock, how can I help?
The IRS said I filed my return,
But I haven't.
1 in 4 tax-paying Americans has paid the price of identity fraud.
What do I do?
My refund, though.
I'm freaking out.
Don't worry, I can fix this.
LifeLock fixes identity theft guaranteed and gets your money back with up to $3 million in coverage.
I'm so relieved.
No problem. I'll be with you every step of the way.
1 in 4 was a fraud-paying American. Not anymore. Save up to 40% your first year. Visit LifeLock.com/podcast. Terms apply.